Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my humble little workshop. Today we are going to show you not the proper way, but the best way to sharpen an axe, which is most of the proper way. I'll explain what I mean. So, I lent my axe to a buddy. He was going camping. He brought it back like this, good and properly hoopa-jooped. You can see I've already done a little bit of filing. However, I was using this here chintzy file designed for filing down the rakers on a chainsaw. Instead, and the reason I was doing that is because I couldn't find this. This here is called a bastard file. This is an 8-inch long bastard file. It cost me about $6 at Princess Auto. Yeah, just buy the cheapest one you can find. So, I'm gonna set you up. We're gonna do a little bit of filing, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the way I'm doing it. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna talk about it now. So, firstly, as we all know, you only file in one direction. None of this back and forth shit. All that's going to do is dull your file. That's it. So, what I'm doing, when you start filing, I'm going to show you the profile of the axe. Here we are. You don't just want to sharpen the edge. You want to sharpen the whole profile. And what's going to happen is you're going to start wearing down this part first. You're going to start filing down here first, and you're going to say to yourself, if you've never done it before, you're going to say to yourself, well, hey, I'm only taking off material right here. I want to sharpen the edge. And so what you're going to want to do if you're a first timer is you're going to want to just say, okay, here are my nicks. Let's get the nicks out. But what that does is that's going to round the profile of your axe head. So it's very important you start from back here and you want to take down this material just as much as you want to take down this material. The cutting portion is from, let me point, the cutting portion is from here to here. It's not just the edge. So let's get some filing done. How's a view? Can we see? Sure. So if you've never done this before, firstly, I like to take them off the handles. However, this one is attached to the handle because it was the cheapest one I could find. So that's stupid. Whatever. What you want to do is you want to hold it, and instead of pushing, you want to pull. You want to pull along, and just watch your knuckles because you're going to whack them here. So you kind of want to get a grip like this. I'm going to do it this way so you can actually see. You just want to pull along at the same angle that you want your axe sharpened to. Don't change your angle if you can avoid it, and just run along like that. I'm going to do it this way. I don't know if you can see as well, but it's just the best way to sharpen. Away from yourself. I'm pulling with my left hand and pushing with my right. Push and pull. Just like that. So, the reason I say this is the best way to sharpen an axe and not the proper way is that the proper way would be to finish it off with stones, a sharpening stone. The reason I don't personally do that is this. If you're using your axe frequently, the edge created by the stone isn't going to last that long. A file will get it perfectly sharp. I have here an axe. I'm going to take it out and show you. I did a bad hang job on this, so let's not worry about the hang job. That being said, she still stays on. This is a vintage Walters axe. Ignore the rust. And my point here, if you can see, which you probably can't, is that this is just sharpened. This is just sharpened with a file, and it still has a perfect edge after 2 or 3 years. And for those of you, maybe the 1 or 2 of you who are watching, who are commenting on my hang job in your minds, don't worry about it. This was one of my first hangs where we've had some more experience, and we're going to do a video on that and the proper way to do it. Oh, hey, I dropped you. So I'm gonna do a little bit more filing. And then, yeah. Okay, so I want to show you something. We have, if you can see, if you would focus, maybe we'll change our lighting. Yeah, you can see it perfectly there. You can see that there's a burr, and it's almost flakes off in my fingers. Nothing wrong with the burr. You can see we still have a little bit of a chip here, but we haven't done the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it around and we're going to do the other side. We're going to leave the burr alone for now, and then I'll show you an easy trick to get rid of a burr without dulling your axe later. The same option, same thing works for knives, etc. So we'll flip her around and we'll do the other side. Oakley day. Let's throw some light back on here so we can see. Now I've spent a little bit longer on that than I'd like to admit. There we go. Is that better lighting? Not really. I'll fix my lighting one day. You can see we have a nice edge. No more chips, but we do still have a burr. And a good way to get rid of a burr is just take a little piece of wood and run it along the edge just like that. Don't cut your fingers. Look at the axe, not the camera. And there you go. No more burr. Nice and smooth. Nice and shiny. Actually, there's a bit of a burr on the other side. Just do the same thing. I think this is just pine. Yeah. Burr gone. There we go. And now we have, if I can show you, a nice edge with wood dust all over it, and the wood dust is making it seem like I have dull spots, which I just don't. Take my word for it. Looks better in person than it does on camera. And that, my good friends, is the proper way, or the best way, to sharpen an axe. Keep your stick on the ice. Folks, folkettes, wait. Before you go, I have one more tip for you. To prevent her from rusting, here's what you want to do. Actually, you know what? Motor oil would be great, but I'm going to do one better. Just take some WD-40 or whatever penetrating lubricant you happen to have. And give her a nice, healthy squirt. Do the same on both sides. And if you don't have any of this, any oil works. Vegetable oil works just as well. You know, why is it that no matter how hard you shake, there are always a couple of drips left? Go figure.